Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is October 7th, 2021, and this is episode 433, The Cimmerian. The arc is named Beyond the Black River. This comes out from Ablaze. It is the number one issue in this arc. I don't know if it'll be 2 or 3 issues, but I have been liking the Cimmerian arcs a lot. The last one's a little hard to read or look at. I should say that the artwork was really darkly colored, so the intricacies were kind of hard to pick out. It was very difficult to look at. It's a decent story, but I think I'm even enjoying this story even more. And this one doesn't involve a woman this time. It's actually a settler who's thinking about either becoming a soldier or a settler, and they are going to an area that is very dangerous. It's across the Black River, where there's a number of tribes that are pretty brutal, and they're trying to stave off the settlers from coming in. Okay, every time we've seen these arcs, this is the fourth one I've reviewed, it's been a different team on it. However, they all use the Robert E. Howard storyline. So I think it was the name of Weird Tales was where these were being published back in the 30s. And so they use his manuscript as the story. So this is actually an adaptation. It is not new lore. And what's cool about these is they actually reprint the whole story for you in parts. So you buy each issue, you get a part of it as it appeared in Weird Tales. As you can see, it is pretty lengthy. But since pictures tell 1,000, or pictures tell 1,000 words or something, or worth 1,000 words, we get the pictures here. So, real quick, let's take a look at the little blurb they give us about Robert E. Howard's Conan. First appeared in the pages of the pulp magazine in the 1930s. He contributed 17 Conan stories to Weird Tales magazine from 1932 to 36. Through these stories, we see Robert E. Howard's savage hero take shape. The Picty country, that's the really dangerous area in this story, is an obscure jungle where the border between civilization and barbarism is thin. Only one thing symbolizes it, the Black River, where it is claimed that no white man is able to cross and come back alive, none except Conan. So let's take a quick look to see who worked on this. The writer is Matthel, I don't know how you say that, I'm sorry, Gabella. Okay. The artist is Anthony Jean, and I guess he did the art as well. And then we've got Desi Ciente as the letter, and I think he's been the letter on all of these, if I recall. This is cover artist Clara A. Tessier, so I'm assuming that is who did this one, because we've got a number of variant covers for this. So really nice cover, by the way. He chose them back to back fighting. This doesn't actually appear in the story. However, these tribal warriors that are lurking about in the river does. It's a pretty cool story. And this is the witch doctor Zagor in the background. So I'm going to give a quick summary of what happened in this beginning episode. We have our settler kind of wandering through the jungle. He's just checking out to see if there's any good land out there. Suddenly he hears some drum beats. You know something's up. His name's Balthus. And suddenly arrows start coming out of the sky all around him, just missing him. And the drums kind of fade. And Conan makes an appearance here. First, he's not sure who he is, but he sees that he is taking out the warrior that was shooting at him. And they talk a little bit, and then he realizes that he is Conan the Barbarian once he finds out he's from Cimmeria. And what they found this one guy here he's been beheaded. They hear some noises, they turn around, and the head disappears. So what has been happening is there was a group of soldiers and this one, I think his name is Tiberius or something like that, captured the witch doctor. Conan suggested that they just kill him. However, they did not. They kept him alive, and he escaped, and he put a spell on everybody that was party to capturing him. And one by one, they wander out into the jungle, and they are decapitated, and their bodies are thrown back to the fort limb by limb. So they bring the body back. The head's gone, unfortunately, and they talk to the king. King says, well, we probably should kill this guy. This witch doctor, after all, we should have listened to you. And you look at the art, it's pretty detailed, and it's really nice. We've got Conan with the shaved head. I don't really like that much, but I think this is an older Conan, not a young man any longer. And he's actually acting as a mercenary for this fort, just helping to protect things. But even he knows that the days for the fort are doomed, that without reinforcements, the tribesmen in the jungle will take it, all the land back. So he goes out with a special scouting party with Balthus and 12 other members. It's not quite sure who the rest of these guys are, other than I believe they are soldiers from the fort. And as you can see, they make a landing on the shore, and the warriors are creeping up behind them. And they take down everybody except for Balthus here for some reason. They do not kill him. He's all strung up. Oh, there's one other soldier here as well. They're strung up on these poles, and you can see the heads of the other soldiers just dangling there, so they know they're over. And here's our witch doctor, Zogar. And as he's standing there, suddenly this huge tiger comes out of the jungle. It's gigantic. You can see his size in comparison to the people there. And he goes up to the one soldier and basically faces him off, then just chomps him and takes him as his dinner, walks off. Next we see a snake, huge snake, coming up the road. For Balthus, this is his turn. But before the snake can strike, he is shot by arrows. And the snake goes crazy and it starts thrashing about these warriors and knocking over the torches that fall, and suddenly the village is on fire. And Conan sneaks up behind Balthus and frees him. They go running into one of the temples where this crazy guy comes at them. Conan's able to take him down, and as they're leaving, he throws his axe at another warrior that has spotted him. They make a break for the fence, the wall there, and Conan gets over just in time. Meanwhile, they end up having to kill the snake in the burning village, and you can see here. Now they know they're being tracked, so instead of going back to the fort, they decide to go in a westerly direction, hoping to elude the ones behind him. But Conan knows that the fort will soon fall too, and that's where they leave the story here. This is a recommend, by the way, if I haven't mentioned it already. I don't see my seal of approval handy, but it would get it for sure. The Good Excavating Seal of Approval given out by Indie Comics Jones, only on this channel, except no substitutes. And really quickly, let's take a look at the cover gallery. So you can see there's a number of covers for this one. They seem to like this shot a lot. But I think this cover is really good, the one that they provided with us. I think it's the best one, on my favorite at least, and that's just the regular cover. No extra charge on that. Really nice job on that. It's got nice composition. It's got things in the background, things in the foreground, and it's all very mysterious. And there's actually something going on in here. I don't know what that is, like the burning village or the fort or something. And here's a shot of the next one, our next issue. And let's do the blurb on this. Conan and his brave new friend, Balthus, are forced to split up in an attempt to save as many settlers as possible when the fort constructed to protect them is turned to ash. A mad dash against time takes place as Conan realizes he must confront the sorcerer Zogar Sag if there's any chance of anyone being left alive. So, nice setup here for the next issue. Looks like he's retrieved his killing axe and his nice blade. I don't know if that's going to be in the story or not, as he's coming out of the Black River himself. So yeah, these are really good stories. If you like Conan, I think you'd enjoy this. I know Marvel's doing their own Conan, and they have rights to the name for using it in the title. So this always goes as a Cimmerian, but it is Conan in this case. And then we get a little panel, as usual, from Ablaze, from the story. They were wolves. He was a tiger. That's when he's talking about the soldiers that went with them. They were all hardened soldiers, but they were made that way into barbarians. Well, he was born a barbarian, and that's what gives Conan his edge and his fierceness. So this did come in at a whopping $3.99. If I didn't mention it before, yeah, good stuff. So thank you for stopping by and watching this review. As always, please like, please subscribe if you haven't, please leave comments if you wish. I really enjoyed this. It was a page turner. It's a good story as well as good art in here, and this team did a really nice job. I think it's probably of the four I've read, I would say this is my second favorite of the arcs. The favorite one being the Frost Giant's Daughter, which was just really crazy writing and art in that one as well. But this one's turned out to be a real nice story as well. So, okay, so that's what I got. So thanks for stopping by. This is Indie Comics Jones from the Temple of Tomes, bidding you adieu.